Welcome to Morning Infusion with Dr. V. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to actively manage family life and life as an entrepreneur? So stay tuned to our next guest. My name is Dr. Viola Pierce. I'm the owner and the CEO of VP Nursing and the Nurse Nurturer and the facilitators of Secret Suppers Worldwide with Dr. V, where our goal is to equip healthcare professionals to be wealthy in all areas of their lives. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals, to show up exceptional on a daily basis. Know that one of the goals of Morning Infusion with Dr. V is to expose you to leaders that help overcome so that you know that your possibilities are endless. You can follow us on Twitter, The Nurse Nurturer, Instagram at VP Nursing, and if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and please share this video. We have a group called The Nurse Nurturer on Facebook that you can join to receive uplifting content for healthcare professionals. You can also visit us at our website at vpnursing.com. Our special guest today is Dr. Shanita Avinger. So Dr. Shanita Avinger brings strategic focus, knowledge, and advanced expertise gained during a successful career as a doctorate-prepared family nurse practitioner with an extensive medical background in nursing. She is currently employed as a GI medical oncology, neuroendocrine, hematology, and research nurse practitioner. She has been practicing as a nurse practitioner for almost 6 years. Prior to becoming an NP, she worked as an RN for almost 10 years. She currently serves as the executive board member of Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society of Nursing New Upsilon chapter. She is an expert panelist for the Advanced Practitioner Society of Hematology and Oncology. She is an international speaker and recently delivered a speech to help improve patient outcomes post-surgery. Dr. Avinger currently resides in Greater Atlanta, Georgia area with her husband, 3 children, and 2 Yorkie Pompoos who didn't get $50. So, thank you for being here today with us. So, so tell us about yourself and the primary reason that you became a nurse.
Well, I started my journey off in 2000 when I went to college, and I initially was going to be a doctor. So I was in pre-med school at Charleston Southern University, and then I did a rotation with a physician, and we were getting calls like all times of night, and I was like, yeah, no, thank you. I want a more work-life balance. So how do I get that work-life balance? And the physician was like, well, you can become a nurse and then become a nurse practitioner in the future. So you'll do the same thing sort of at that time, rules were a little different. And then that'll give you more of a work-life balance. So I switched my major to nursing and I was on that journey ever since. Eventually I would get my doctorate. I just didn't know if it was going to be a DNP. I thought it would initially be a PhD because at the time the DNP wasn't as popular, but now I have a DNP. So
I love it. I love it. I love it. I didn't think that I thought that I would do PhD too, but DNP was the route because I'm all about practice, right? Pushing it into practice. Now you have your DNP and you're a nurse practitioner. What was your primary reasoning for pivoting to the nurse practitioner side of healthcare? Is it because of the fact that you wanted to, be in that provider place?
correct. I always wanted to be a provider. As I stated, I wanted to be a physician. So the next best thing would have been being a practitioner. So that space was always something I knew I was going to navigate to. I just didn't know what that was going to look like over the years because I started having my children right out of my undergraduate, but it happened with the support of my mom and my grandmother and the support of my husband. So
Gotcha. I love it. I love it. Now, how has your journey in nursing been helpful and how you practice as an NP? Like, what are some of the advantages of being a nurse first?
well, when we're nurses, first we a patient from a holistic standpoint. We're there at the bedside most of the time, holding their hand or educating them or their family about what the doctor just said and what does that mean and what does that look like for their journey, depending on what they were diagnosed with or what information they was just provided based on labs or scans or whatever the case may be. So when you're a provider, when you become a provider, you already have that underlying background, so you're able to further help patients navigate their journey, not just from a provider standpoint, but also looking at it from that more empathetic standpoint, where you are able to explain to the patients and their family on a level that they can understand. Because sometimes as providers, we use a lot of lingo
Big
that
word.
I know they're like, what does that mean? So when you are talking to them now as a provider, they understand, and you're able to break it all down to them and their loved ones. So I think that.
Yeah, I think that is so true because whenever you go into a room, I used to go into rooms with patients, and then after the physician would go in, they would they'd be like, "What did he just say?" I said, "Well, let me break it down. But I'll just break it down exactly how it needs to be." And so I think that's the advantages for sure, for sure. Now you own your own consulting business as well. What is the specialty in the consulting business, and what was the primary reason that you wanted to be a consultant?
The consultant role actually kind of sort of fell in my lap. Uh, After I got my master's and became a nurse practitioner, this other consulting company saw how much of an extensive oncology background I have in research. So they actually reached out to me online and was like, we've read your profile on several platforms and wanted to reach out to see if you would be interested in consulting as an oncology specialist on a nursing level and originally. And once I got my nurse practitioner, more on a provider level, and help us with various companies and organizations that reached out to them for assistance. And it was their job to connect the specialists with other firms. So that's how it kind of started. And then from there, once I got my doctorate, it's like opportunities was coming from all directions. And then other organizations was like, oh, well, can you be an expert panelist for this group? Or can you go on the executive board for this group, or advisory boards? And pharmaceutical companies started reaching out, wanting me to be on advisory boards or speak or educate individuals on various medications. So it kind of, started from there, and it's been blossoming ever since.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that. I love it that you get to walk in your purpose like that, with your expertise. I love it. Now, you have been very busy, as we can see. Now, how are you able to ensure some type of balance, if there is any, with business, career, and family?
For the most part, I think the most important balance for me is balancing my home with my husband and my family, with our children. So my husband and I have had to have several conversations at our round table on how we're gonna balance it all, who's gonna drop the kids off, who's gonna pick them up. Because even though my profession is important to me, being there for my children is even more important. So no matter what, I always navigate my profession where I'm not missing a performance. I'm not missing the opportunity to pick them up from practice or being at practice, and just showing them that they're more important than everything else. And so my husband and I just had to figure out ways on how do we navigate that, so our children know that they're more important than everything else that's going on in the world and around us. Social life, that's another story. But my true friends and family understand that it's not personal, that I'm not wanting to spend those opportunities with them. It's just not in the cards at that moment. And that when I am available, my true friends make sure that they're available as well. And we have those social outings, whether it's a brunch or a dinner, we make it happen.
That is so true because I'm the kind of girl whereas, we cannot see each other for 4 months, but then we come back together and we're like, hey, and like we can have an hour or 2 hour long conversation, right? But I just, I may not reach out every single solitary day. And
Right.
having friends who understand that is huge. It's
Mhm.
huge, huge. I always say when people walk out of your life, you just got to let them go, because I can't be held to your expectations of, who I am, right?
Right.
Because like you said, your family is number one.
Mhm.
And so you want to make sure that they are taken care of. So what are some of the primary lessons that you would like to teach your kids as a result of your work ethic?
That they can achieve any and everything that they want. They just have to put their mind to it, stay focused, don't be deterred by what's going on in the world and society or what society think they should look like and how they should navigate those waters because only you know what you can handle at certain times and how you need to navigate getting to your ultimate purpose and goal. So I just help them understand that, as I mentioned earlier, if it's true people that really genuinely care about you and want to be a part of your life and your circle, they will understand and you all will get to that level where you don't feel like you're missing out on things with other individuals and that no matter what, if you stay focused while still having fun, don't get me wrong, you will be able to get where you're going and you just don't give up and know that you can do it and believe in yourself just like we believe in you. So
Yes, yes, it is important that they do insert that fun in there, especially as, mothers of teenage, I of my teenage daughter, just really, really instilling that, you know, that piece of that in there, right? Because
yeah.
sometimes, we can go hard, right? And we want to be sure that we have some rest in those moments for sure. Now, what kind of legacy would you like to leave for your family?
My main legacy is just to make sure that they understand um what it's like to be on a journey toward what you consider success, of achieving their goal, but not getting so embedded in it that they forget to actually live. Some people just do stuff to survive, but I actually want them to live. And I'm trying to show them that legacy where they get to their purpose, but at the same time, truly enjoy life. Um, and have that connection within themselves, that healthy connection with the world as a whole, and just get to wherever goal they want to be in life, where they're not struggling as well.
And
So that's
success.
legacy. Mhm.
That's true. Success is just such a moving target. And so a lot of times what we think is, well, we're going to be successful when we get here. We're going to be successful when we do that. But the reality is that it is a moving target. So you could be successful today, but then you go on and you have to find that success somewhere else. So I that is so true. So somebody, I can't see who the people who are commenting on Facebook, but they said morning. So good morning, whoever said that.
Thank you.
So now, who has impacted your leadership the most, and why were they so impactful?
My mom. I would have to say it was my mom and also my grandmother. Unfortunately, my grandmother passed away, but definitely my mom. Ever since I was a kid, she's always told me, like, you're going to go places, you're going to do great things. Don't follow the crowd, be a leader, not a follower. Make sure you stay focused, but don't forget to enjoy life to a distinct. Family is important. So she was always the one that pushed education and when I was younger and just that drive to get where you're going. And she showed it as well because she was a single mother. And so she was able to navigate to places that I was just like, I'm so proud of her, and so she was the one that really put and instilled me of being a leader. I have to.
Yeah, my grandsons, one of the things that I do with them, because my grandson Taylor, he would go to school and he would come from school and he would just be tore out of his frame. And I said Taylor, did you have a good day at school? And he'd be like, no, I didn't have a good day at school. And I said, yes, you did. And he said, no, I didn't. I don't like that school. And I would just, and so what I tried to do was I was like, well, this is not working on the back end of this. So let's go to the front end. So whenever I would take him, and I wouldn't take him every day, but whenever I would take him, I would get down and I would say, Taylor, today is going to be a good day. And we would say that 3 times. And then I would call him Dr. Taylor, his last name, right?
Mhm.
And so now, whenever he sees me in the white coat, he's like, Dr. Gigi, because I'm Gigi, right? And and then I say, what's your name? And he'll say, Dr. Taylor. And then he'll say his brother's name is Dr. Grayson. And I think it's important that, we speak that, into their lives. And and not that I expect them to be doctors, but you want them to know that their possibilities are limitless. And even when they come here, I call them amazing one and amazing two, so that they know that they are amazing and that those words, speak life into them. So it's super, super important. So I love it that your mother, did that for you, because you are, you're a boss. You're a boss. So now how do you define success?
So I think for me, success is achieving that desired vision or planned goal that you have. So whatever that goal is for whomever it is, just getting there is success to me. So for me, achieving that goal was to not only be a great mother or a great wife, but also to be a great leader in my profession, and to get my doctorate and present myself to the world with the knowledge that I've obtained over the years and the knowledge I continue to obtain. I mean, I think it's always important to continue to grow and to move, whether it's lateral for a little while and then up some more or whatever the case may be. So I'm just at that point where I'm just still growing professionally and now having the ability to present myself to the world and internationally is been great. And I never thought I'd be on a podcast either. As well as I never thought I would be on a commercial or in a magazine, but I have.
That's
So
right.
you just never know where hard work and perseverance will get you unless you keep doing it, keep not giving up on that dream and that goal.
Yeah, I remember I did a commercial for one of the schools that I attended, and it was so funny. And I told him at that time, I believe it's power of life and death in the tongue. And I said, you'll see me. Just wait. Just a
Right.
little bit of time. You'll
Right.
see me. Speaking that life. Now, how do you define wealth?
So I think wealth. Most people think of wealth as just financial, but I don't. Yes, finance is important and to a certain extent in wealth, but I think wealth is getting to that healthy purpose, a healthy mindset, a healthy spirit, and just getting overall that peace. And I think once you achieve that piece of where you're trying to go and how you're trying to get there, and all the key people in your life, you all are on the same page. To me, that's more wealthy than anything. So just knowing that I have peace within and with the choices that I'm making, and then there's peace in my household.
That's
that
right.
I'm good.
That's
I'm
right.
good. And then it's great to have that extra icing on the cake with the wealthy part of it.
That's
So
right.
it
That's
all
right.
it all plays together for me.
Yeah, that peace in your home. And I tell people all the time, I said, my doorstep is my peace. So if
So,
you gonna do something crazy, I suggest you do it before you hit my doorstep, okay?
right.
Because you can't come in.
I,
So now, where can people find you if they're seeking your expertise in your consulting?
LinkedIn is basically the best place to find me. Just type in my name, Shanita Avinger, and that's the best way to get in touch with me. A lot of people, that's how they do get in touch with me. They'll send me messages. Matter of fact, that's how we connected.
That's exactly right.
So then I'll get inbox and say, hey, can we further discuss this opportunity, or can we further discuss your expertise in X, Y, and Z? So LinkedIn is definitely the best place to reach me because I don't want to miss it. With my other ways, phone that's always ringing, whether it's staff or um, other companies I'm already consulted with, or so I just don't want to miss something. And I think it's the best place for me to keep up is LinkedIn. Mhm.
Gotcha. It was just it's all I mean, some people you walk right through, you just wonder, but it was from the very beginning was just such a pleasure to work with you. So thank you, thank you. I
Yeah,
think, making it easy to work with people is one of the ways in which it, makes us all successful, right?
correct.
Um, so thank you for showing up today. My name is Dr. Viola Pierce, the owner and the CEO of VP Nursing. And the nurse nurturer and the facilitators of Secret Suppers Worldwide with Dr. V, where our goal is to equip healthcare professionals to be wealthy in all areas of their life. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals to show up exceptional on a daily basis. Note that one of our goals a morning infusion with Dr. V is to expose you to leaders that have overcome so that you know that the possibilities are endless. You can follow us on Twitter, The Nurse Nurturer, Instagram at VP Nursing. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and please share this video. We have a group called The Nurse Nurturer on Facebook that you can join to receive uplifting content for healthcare professionals. You can also visit our website at vpnursing.com.